morning, Pastor Steve here. Galatians 3, 1 through 4. O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed among you as crucified? This only I want to learn from you. Did you receive the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Are you so foolish? Having begun in the Spirit, are you now being made perfect by the flesh? Have you suffered so many things in vain, if indeed it was in vain? Paul's reminding them and us that the only way to start this race of salvation and service is to accept the free grace of God. These saints are in danger of making a false start here. It's only grace that saves us, and it's only grace that keeps us. God alone gets the glory when the salvation is begun by and sourced in God's grace. From the preparation to the finish line, it's going to be the same. Start well. How did you come to Christ in this race? By grace, through faith, Ephesians 2, 8, and 9, right? That is not only how you begin, it's the key to the whole race. Having begun in the Spirit, are you now being made perfect by the flesh, Paul said? So my works don't add to my salvation, just to my reward. They're sourced in love. I think it's Steve Brown that said, goodness and righteousness don't bring on grace, but grace does bring on goodness and righteousness. My obedience, in other words, is sourced in my love for God, which has its source in his love for me. Have you started this race? Have you been convinced by the Spirit, drawn to faith by the Father? Have you responded to the cry of Jesus? I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens it, I will come in. We'll have a family relationship. John told us in John 1:12, as many as received him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God, to those who believe in his name, who are born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Jesus said in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. Acts 4:12, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Acts 16:30 through 32. Remember the Philippian jailer? He thought his prisoner had escaped. He was going to kill himself. And Paul said, whoa, dudes, stop. We're all here. We're all safe. And he said, he'd been listening to their songs, Sirs, what must I do to be saved? And they said, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you'll be saved, you and your household. Then he spoke the word of the Lord to him and to his whole house. See, the simple step of faith is the only way to begin this great race. And it's the only way to run it. You ponder that, Pastor Steve.